What is up, fam? Bloom Daddy, and in this episode, I'm going to answer all your questions about heat mats. We always got to remember that our houseplants come from really warm tropical environments, and typically our home environments are not built for our plants. So heat mats are really good, but here are some things you want to watch out for when you purchase a heat mat and when you start using them. The first thing you want to watch out for is making sure they don't get too hot. Without a temperature controller, these things can get up to 95 to 100 degrees Fahrenheit, which is hot. If you put your hand on it, it will hurt your hand. That's how hot these things can get when they're unregulated. So they encourage you to spend an extra $20 buying a temperature controller. But ain't nobody got the money for that. A temperature controller only works for one heat mat. So they want to make you buy a temperature controller for both heat mats if you buy two, which is crazy. That's absurd. So don't buy temperature controllers and do it the Bloom Daddy way. Are you ready for it? Let's get to it. So we're going to talk about a solution to making sure that you don't have to spend a fortune to add heat into your home in an efficient way. But before we talk about that, I want to talk about one more thing, and that is heat mats dry out the soil of your houseplants a lot faster. So if you have a plant growing on top of a heat mat, you're going to really want to watch closely to make sure that that plant doesn't get dehydrated too quickly. Sometimes when I put a plant on top of a really hot heat mat that is going unregulated, it sounds kind of funny when you say it like that. It dries out overnight, and in the morning, if it's in sphagnum moss, the moss is crispy. That is how fast these heat mats can dry out your plants, which is good for the plants, but you don't want to have to water every day. So here's how you can regulate the temperature of your heat mats to provide optimal heat to your house plants and temperature around it. The Bloom Daddy method to controlling and regulating the temperature of your heat mats, I personally buy the BN Link heat mats, is this. Go on Amazon.com right now. In the comments, I'll include the link, but you want to get the outlet timers and put your heat mats on a 30-minute timer cycle so that every 30 minutes your heat mats will turn on and then your heat mats will turn off. So it might get really hot for those 30 minutes, but then it will cool down for the next 30 minutes. And then it'll heat back up and cool down, heat back up and cool down. So the time it starts peaking at its highest temperatures in the high 80s to low 90s, it's already starting to cool down. And it will keep your heat mats at a really nice temperature level for your houseplants, and it'll also save you a lot of money because those outlet timers cost about $6 a piece, and you can put them into an outlet. So you could have 6 heat mats, up to 6 to 12 heat mats coming with one outlet timer instead of having to buy individual temperature controllers for your heat mats. That's the Bloom Daddy way. I do it with all my heat mats and all my propagation, and boy do I do a lot. So I highly recommend this method for all my family members out there in the Bloom Daddy fam growing with heat mats. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Peace, love, flower power. See you in the next one.